Devil fruits in One Piece are objects that grant incredible supernatural powers to those who have them, but as is often the case in any series, not all powers are created equally, and the same is true when it comes to devil fruits like the ones that we're going to be covering here today. The Pika Pika no Mi, which is also known as the Glint Glint fruit that Admiral Kizaru uses in the story. Join me in today's newest installment of the Devil Fruit Handbook over here on the Everything One Piece Explained channel, where we take a deep dive into the devil fruit, covering everything that you need to know about it. So the Pika Pika no Mi, better known as the Glint Glint fruit, belongs to Admiral Kizaru, and it is a Logia type devil fruit. The core powers are really easy to understand because of it being a Logia fruit. He is able to transform into light. He's able to create light. He's able to control light in a way that lets him move at high speeds faster than the eye can follow. It can make weapons out of the light itself. It can fire light-based laser beams that travel at high speeds of super destructive force from his hands, his feet, his fingers, and even his eyes. By transforming into light, it allows him to become intangible, making him a headache to deal with in battle. Other notable things include being able to make any weapon that uses applications of light useless against the user, since they can bypass them due to anything that is used for the weapon that uses light as a foundation is irrelevant. The fruit also allows the user to launch light beams that move at light speed. They can make explosions, and he's able to stun people with quick bursts of light. Think of it akin to him being able to use his powers to make his own flashbang grenades that he wants to use. It should also be worth noting that this blade that he makes, he's able to make it out of pure light. It can also harm enemies that are deemed to be Haki immune, as shown in chapter 1093. In terms of his techniques and his combat style, he's able to fire off rapid-fire light bullets that rain down destruction, and the Magatama attacks itself are named after the legendary Japanese jewel in Japanese mythology. When Kizaru uses this, he crosses his arms in front of him and uses both hands to shoot out the attacks. He's able to control the speed and choose if he wants to hit one person or multiple people over the vast combat area. As expected, he's also able to make this sword out of light that can slice through steel and stone with ease. It's named after the mythic sword in Japanese Shinto legend that Susanoo used. He also has a Materasu, which is used when he points his index finger and his middle fingers into the air or at his target, and he shoots out a large flash of light and he blinds the targets in the area. Like the other attacks, this is also associated with Japanese Shintoism, this one being the sun goddess Amaterasu. He can also make light between his hands and reflect it off whatever surface that he chooses to in order to move at super high speeds to reach his desired location. The known way to stop this attack is by cutting the beam of light before the user can fully disappear into it, as shown in chapter 512 of the manga. This makes the user extremely dangerous because it allows Kizaru to make light even in places of darkness and still be able to move at those super high speeds. He's also able to use a kick that is augmented by light energy and light speed movement, which can create shockwaves and explosions on impact. He's also able to transform into that beam of light to travel nearly instantaneously across large distances in a straight line, making him one of the fastest characters in the universe. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go deeper into the strengths of the devil fruit itself. The first one is intangibility, because it's Logia fruit defense, basically. The user becomes non-corporeal light, making most physical attacks completely ineffective unless Haki is being used. He is also able to make bullets and blades and normal punches pass right through him. He also has light speed movement. Kizaru can move at the fastest speed possible in nature. Nothing can physically catch him unless they predict his movements, or unless they themselves are moving at comparable speeds. He can also use this to dodge attacks. He can close distances instantaneously, and he can retreat just as fast. He also has those devastating lasers. The laser beams can obliterate massive structures, pierce metal, and even cause wide-scale destruction. Kizaru's laser was the basis for the Kuma cyborg clones, showing how technologically and military valuable it is. It's also very versatile in that it has weapon creation. He, again, can make that sort of light that makes him capable of melee combat. That is also a complement to his ranged devastation that he can carry out. He can also switch between styles effortlessly in mid-battle, making him extremely hard to deal with. Then when you add in this devil fruit being in the hands of someone as intellectually combat superior as someone as Kizaru, he's often using this to make his movements unpredictable, appearing above or behind enemies in an instant. He also is able to use this devil fruit to master battlefield control, constantly repositioning faster than the eye can track. Now, we're also going to go over the weaknesses here. So the main weakness is obviously Haki. So armament Haki allows opponents to hit and damage Kizaru despite his Logia intangibility. Also, observation Haki can help with predicting his movements, especially since he often is moving in straight lines. He also has a weakness to sea stone and water itself, because as with all devil fruits, sea stone weapons and cuffs, they can drain his power, and falling into the ocean renders him useless. Another weakness that he has is linear movement. Due to his high-speed travel, being only able to move in straight lines, while he is fast, if you can predict his angle, you can potentially intercept and counter him. In a tight or closed environment, this is going to limit his mobility itself. Then when you get into reaction time, his reaction time isn't necessarily at the lightest speed. Kizaru is able to move at light speed, but he does not think in light speed, and he does not react in light speed. He is extremely fast, but he is not untouchable, especially against those who can anticipate and preempt his attacks. Also, it should be worth noting that we see Sanji being the only person so far as of this recording who is able to completely dissipate Kizaru's light beam, as shown in Egghead when he saves Bonnie from one of the attacks that are coming at her. And when asked about it, Sanji turns into super simp mode and basically says that it's the power of love that powered his abilities. Now we're going to go into why this devil fruit is so feared in universe. Basically, Kizaru is a one-man army. With light speed, mobility, and city-level lasers, Kizaru can destroy entire fleets and bases and armies all on his own. There's a reason why there are pirates and people in universe who view him as being one of the unstoppable forces in universe. And that's why when he showed up at Sayobodi, people started freaking out. Then when you get into the weaponization, the replication of his lasers that were used for those Kuma cyborg clones, that basically is using his power for purposes of mass destruction. This also makes him a threat not just individually, but also completely technologically influential because of how that was being used. He's also, because he's an admiral, a symbol of government power. As an admiral, he is viewed as being one of the strongest and most powerful enforcers of world government and authority. His presence alone sends the message that basically you can run and hide, but light is everywhere. I will find you, I will kill you, I will capture you. His speed often outmatches resistance. Many powerful pirates, including supernovas, they were completely overwhelmed when he appeared at Sayobodi. He also defeated multiple of the worst generation captains completely effortlessly without even appearing to be serious, which, as we know, based on the events of Egghead, he was definitely holding back. Kizaru is the walking embodiment of basically there is no escape. His ability to teleport and appear basically anywhere means that once he locks onto a target, escape is basically nearly impossible. His lasers move faster than most enemies can predict. Finally, we're going to go into what I believe are the thematic symbolisms of Kizaru's devil fruit itself. Light is basically neutrality. Kizaru doesn't burn with justice like Akainu or even, say, someone like Aokiji. He is an enforcer of government order. There is a contrast with speed versus laziness. His light speed abilities, they contrast ironically with his very slow and chill demeanor, creating a disorienting and often misleading and intimidating persona when you put everything together. In conclusion, the Pika Pika no Mi is one of the most dangerous and feared and versatile devil fruits in One Piece. This is largely due to its unrivaled speed, its high damage output, its Logia fruit intangibility, its technological applications, and its users' terrifying lack of emotional investment, and any other destruction causes that he has. In short, Kizaru is a nightmare opponent, not just because of what he can do, but also because when you look at his laid-back demeanor, it almost feels like he's not even taking you seriously. Obviously, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and checking out more videos from the Devil Fruit Handbook over here on the left, or click here on the right if you want to check out my blind reviews as someone who has been going through One Piece as a first-time reader, chapter by chapter, without any type of spoilers that were given to me for the reviews themselves.